What's up, y'all? Everybody all right? How everybody feeling? Who on the fast? How many people are on the fast right now? How many people fasting for the fast for the first through the fourth? How many people on it? And how y'all feeling? Yeah, we can learn something new. What you want to do? Ask a question. What you got? What you got from me? Peace, family. What's going on? I sure will have attack. What's stopping us from doing what these movies do? What do you mean? What you mean by that? I told people, look. Then I said everybody gonna say this shit about cloning. I said everybody gonna focus on the cloning part, like the most obvious part. Everybody always focus on the most obvious thing. That ain't no breakdown. Nah, what was? I need somebody to point me to the person who could explain why the church was called Mount Zion. How many people got my books? When they were trying to figure out what was his message that the angel or messenger who was disguised as just this homeless person. What was the message that they had for them when they said, "Well, we need answers. Yo, give me the straight answer, not none of these riddles. Give me straight answers." And he was like, "Well, where do people go?" He said, "Answers. Where do people go when they need answers?" And they were like, "The church." And she was the girl was like, "It's a lot of Yo-Yo was like, it's a lot of churches. What church are you talking about in particular? What church are you talking about?" And he said, "Well, what church do people? Where you go when you want to get out of Babylon?" Right? While I was watching the movie, I literally said the answer. He said, "Where you want to go when you go get out of Babylon?" I said, "Mount Zion." The next scene, the shit say Mount Zion. Now, if you read my books, do I not break that down in my books? From the How to Love Again book to the Out of the Darkness book. Full breakdowns of leaving Babylon or the world of confusion, the realm of confusion, which a lot of you are doing now, and going up to Zion. Zuin to Zion. Zuin being the red and Zion being the purple and beyond. So I need somebody to break that type of shit down. Don't just keep saying they got cloning shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Is way deeper than that. You can't tell me that the only thing we can pick up on is that there was cloning in the movie. You mean the fucking title? You mean the title of the movie is happening in the movie? Say it ain't so. Yes, that would be a part of the movie. But what is the real cloning? And what is the actual movie about? What is it about for real? You understand? The cloning happens algorithmically. They don't have to put nobody in no facility to clone you. People clone by ideas. People are cloned by the smallest hint of change. People get cloned by a trend. You don't need to put nobody in no facility to clone them. Everything I see is clones. All I see out here is clones. You want to know that other thing that I see? Look, if you notice, it's certain shit I don't speak on, but it be viral shit. But I don't be speaking on it. Like I didn't do no breakdown on the NPC girl. Whoever the pinky girl was, I ain't do no breakdown on her. And none of the people that was coming after them to do the breakdowns are like the NPCs, they ain't get down to the bottom of it. What is it? What is going on for real? Not that it's viral. How about we talk about this? Let's deal with the fact that whether it was the pinky girl, whoever came out, T-Pain, whoever that did the exact same kind of replicated live where they go on and act like they're NPC, whatever you want to look at it as, that shit look like everyday life to a motherfucker who in tune. That's everyday life. That's how everybody look to me. That's how everybody sound to me. Like NPCs. It ain't the first time it happened when they had a glitch on the Shade Room where everybody was saying, nah, he tweaking, nah, he tweaking, nah, he tweaking, nah, he tweaking. People said, oh, this is a glitch. This is crazy. It proves that he's a bot. I'm like, this is how the Shade Room comments always look. The Shade Room comments. Matter of fact, you go on any of these major platform comments. Everybody is always saying the same shit. People are always saying and doing the same shit. So what do you think about your everyday routine? Is it NPC based? This shit is normal. It's just that when it appears as this outright code to be cracked, it's like everybody say, okay, we can figure it out. When it pops out right in front of you, when it's explicit. All the implicit shit, everybody missing. The fact that this whole world is composed of NPCs. It's rare that you'll meet a motherfucker that's actually online. It's rare. You understand? So when that pop out, I'm like, that's normal. And people say, I don't understand. I don't know why this went viral. For one, it's porn. I know I have to break everything down to you, but for one, it's pornography. If you don't know it yet, I'll explain it to you. TikTok is a porn app. It's just soft porn. You understand? And I know a lot of you don't understand that, but the motherfucker who started it is a porn star. So all the people on there, you thinking they just there to watch her? No, look what she be having on. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't just to listen to her say shit, it's porn. And that's what people tune in for, pornography. Okay, so then it spreads, and the rest of these people are doing it. They seeing it as trending and don't even understand what the trend is about. You're right? It's interactive soft porn. Okay, so then that ain't different either, because all you look all over Instagram, all you see is interactive soft porn. That's all you see. You feel what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be confusing to people why that type of shit goes viral. And then do people ever think about the fact that you help it go viral? Do you ever think about the fact you helped it? Every time you see a few people speak about it, say, I should speak about it. And then what happens? It goes viral. You helped it. But what is the message behind it? The same NPC Pink Floyd, whatever your girl, Pink Doll, whoever girl is, and the same trending thing that was going on with that, the Shade Room heat tweaking shit that would happen a while ago, a long time ago, and what's going on with this, they clone Tyrone, they all tie into each other. You understand? Because that's how you clone people. You make trends. You put out an idea. You can clone somebody actions, not just the person. You can clone an action. Copy and paste an action. Watch this. Trump is a racist. Boom. That is a copy and paste response that's going to apply to the demographic that is targeted toward to begin with, which are the so-called black people. So all of y'all idiots, start responding just how they think idiots respond without using their own brain. So watch this. Trump is a racist. Type it in. Send it out into the web. Upload it to the iCloud. Sprinkle it in the rain. It hits the top of the people's heads. Now everybody is saying Trump is a racist. Then you say, well, what did he do to you that was racist? How was he racist? Then they start calling out all these things that the same cloud pushed out to them. They said, the Central Five. Do you know how many black motherfuckers was calling for these folks to be locked up in the Central Five? Or so-called black people? You know how many melanin-dominant people thought them boys was guilty? He one person that spoke on it because he's Trump and he got a platform. You know how many people thought that them folks did that shit? But he hits the news. So you say because he calling for stricter laws on something like rape, that makes him a racist. And then you got people that can break down how he did all of these things for black people. He helped people like Jesse Jackson. He was helping people get all these loans and stuff like that. He didn't respond, not just racist. Racist is one thing. Let's stop playing games. Was he prejudiced? It's one thing to be racist. It's a whole different ballgame to be prejudiced. This motherfuckers is racist. Most people you know are racist. Most people you know in this world are racist, meaning they prefer their race. They think their race is the best. Like that other video that went viral where you had the substitute teacher was talking to the little melanin dominant boy. And because everybody was so quick to jump and respond with this race bullshit, they didn't even listen. This man is telling you what a lot of Caucasian people feel like anyway. A lot of Caucasian people feel like that. A lot of black people feel like that. Melanin dominant people feel like their race is the best race. You feel what I'm saying? It's just some shit that you come up doing. You just feel like you the shit. Then you might be exposed to other things and you might integrate. You might date over here, date over there. You might want to be like these people here, want to be like these people over there. But most people think they shit is the shit. Okay, that's all he was saying to that little boy. And if I was in that class and I was a student, I would have explained to the little boy who would have been my peer, bro, this nigga telling the truth though. He ain't saying shit wrong. He ain't saying shit wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning he ain't being prejudiced to you. He just telling you he prefer his race. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, well then people don't want to admit that. Why? Because they think that it's wrong to admit that you're a racist. Because you don't know what racist really means. To be for your race. To do for your race. And to believe in your race. You understand? Now, prejudice and doing all this other, that's a whole different conversation. Then you have to ask, well, when was Trump prejudiced? To quote-unquote our people. Okay, well then that brings you to a whole different conversation. Who is our people? Who is our people? When we start talking about our people, who is that? Black people. Black people where? Black people all over the world. So when Nigeria goes through their turmoil with the end SARS hashtag that they were pushing forth when they were having a problem with SARS and the rest of these aggressive, abrupt, abusive entities that were moving out in Nigeria, these police forces that you would call police forces over here, all right? When they had their situation and they were putting their videos out saying they needed help and the children were speaking out and all of that, why we ain't handle them like they was melanin dominant people or black people? Well, because they're not black, they're Nigerian. That makes no fucking sense, but it only makes sense to NPCs. It only makes sense to NPCs that there's a separation between ADOS, all the diaspora conversations, and the melanin dominant people over here, and the melanin dominant people over there, and that makes no sense to somebody with sense. But for people with no sense, it makes sense to you, and that's why I know you're an NPC, because NPCs think everything in their world makes sense. But that is stupid. If you're melanin dominant, then you're melanin dominant. That is a gene that doesn't care whether you call it black, whether you call it blue, purple, pink, African American, whatever you want to call it, colored. It doesn't matter. It is a gene, and it will express itself regardless of your identification politics or your identity politics. You understand? Okay, so why do movies like They Cloned Tyrone work? Why is it an actual reality that people are dealing with? Do some NPCs have knowledge? Most NPCs have knowledge. If not all, they all have knowledge. First of all, they programmed. But you have to figure out who programmed who. Because all of us were programmed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But if you weren't programmed to go anywhere beyond a rule-based mechanism, all right, or anywhere beyond just a machine-based, if you're not programmed to become sentient, you're not going to wake up. You understand? Unless somebody comes and reprograms you. Okay, everybody was programmed. That's the reason why when somebody say, a Jew, everybody say, bless you. They ain't even Christian. Some people ain't Christian. Some people, atheists will be like, bless you. Well, who is the blessing coming from? What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, you said bless you because you sneezed. But why did you say bless you? Because you sneezed. And your heart stops for a second. But no, it doesn't. Did you ever research that? Who told you that? My mama told me that. My uncle told me that. My grandmama told me. Everybody knows that. But no, it doesn't. Your heart doesn't stop. You understand? It doesn't stop. So, okay, well then you go research that again and you say, damn, I've been saying bless you because I think somebody's heart stopped. And then I say, that ain't even the thing. Wait till you catch this. You say bless you after they sneeze. What the fuck you finna do? You supposed to catch them before they sneeze. As soon as they go into that mode, bless you. You supposed to catch that because if the heart stops after they sneeze, your blessing is futile. Because they already dead if their heart is supposed to stay stopped. You're late. That's what you say to somebody. That's you. When they say bless you, you be like, you're late. What do you mean I'm late? I mean, you're late. I already sneezed. So if I was going to die, I died. You got to catch me before I die to try to talk about you going to bless me, nigga. You feel me? But no, it makes sense to stupid people or NPCs. It don't make sense to me. The 99% of the world that's built around me doesn't make sense. Only 1% is my brain and how it's like the way that I'm able to perceive the realm. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So that's the 1% that remains that makes sense. Everything else, this shit is dumb. It's stupid. I can list you a million things that don't make sense. You understand? A lot of it, things that people think really matter. The shit does not matter. Like clothing. You understand? How much somebody paid for clothing is retarded to me. I just paid $3,500 for these jeans. I paid $15 for mine. Neither one of our dicks is showing. I think I'm smarter than you. I paid $100,000 for this watch. I paid $50 for mine. Hold it up to the light. You see how it's dancing? Yeah, it's dancing, right? You see how it's see my I feel smarter than you because I can do a lot more with this $100K. You give me $100,000, I'm not finna spend it on a watch. I'ma spend 50 of that, so okay, or 100 of that maybe if I want a real good one from the mall. All right, I'm gonna spend $100. I'm left with $99,800 or $900. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, now, okay, give us both $1 million. Who you think finna change the world? Idiots. But see, it makes sense to you, right? But then you lose it like 21 Savage. He loses one of his fucking earrings. $500,000 for these earrings. And then you lose one. And it's like, stupid. But to everybody else say, whoa, that was $500,000? No, listen, family, it was a pressurized fucking rock. It was a rock. That's what, listen, it was a rock that just so happens to be clear when you put the shit under pressure. You know, you can make that in arts and crafts class. If you want to, you can make one look just like it, except, you know, if you lose it, you're not out of $500,000 or $250K. Stupid. Stupid shit. Makes no sense. You understand what I'm saying? But to the NPCs, it makes all the sense in the fucking world. Right? Statements like the ancestors. You got to talk to the ancestors. Whose ancestors? Ours. Bro, I don't even know you. How do you know we got the same ancestors? And how you know when we talking to the ancestors, we talking to the same? How you know they hear us? Well, you just got to, listen, you got to talk to the ancestors. That makes sense to people, though, that's NPCs. To me, it's like, bro, specify my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandfather. Tell me somebody, late cousin. But you can't tell me anybody because you're not programmed to even know what the fuck that means. So it operates as this wall that's leaning up against something. And I'm supposed to believe that it's holding this building up. It's not even real. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that happens. Like I told you, 4D. What is 4D? Oh, we're going to the fourth and the fifth dimension. And they can't even describe that. That lets me know that's an NPC. So my answer to you is yes, NPCs have knowledge. Question is, can you trust it? Can you trust NPC knowledge? And do you not understand that NPCs can become popular and famous? Do you not understand that NPCs who are leading NPCs, or the blind leading the blind, can still seem like they're a little smarter than the rest of the NPCs, but they still NPCs? All you really trying to say when you say NPCs is you're trying to use the word sheep, okay, with the connotation that it was presented to the world that says these people will just follow blindly. But then you have to understand that following something or following someone is the same thing. You're going to go in the direction of whatever I place this object is sitting in. You're going to go in that direction, or this person. Okay, so you're going to have to know that sometimes that object is a person and it was sat there so that you can walk over there and look at it. Or sometimes that object is an event. Do you understand that the ones who are masters of the realm can pick up an event and move it? They pick up an event from over here and place it over in front of your path, and now you're like, oh, it's an event. And you don't even know. That wasn't an event, just some shit they put together and sat in front of you, and now you're over here like, look, we breaking this down. You're not breaking this down. You responded exactly as they wanted you to respond. They're mocking you. They're mocking people. People say, ain't no way they'll put it all in the movie. There's no way they'll put it all in. Listen, they're mocking you. They know you don't know who would be cloned. You say Gucci come home, he been gone for 3 fucking years. Nigga been exercising, nigga doing all that shit. He come home and say, oh, it's a clone. Have you ever seen somebody lose weight? Like, have you ever seen anybody lose weight in life ever? Do you realize that it doesn't look like the same person at all? You understand shit? Some of y'all, if you've been fasting, I know you can look at some, but they gonna tell you a clone? Look at some of your old pictures. If you've been fasting this year, go back, look at some of your old stuff, and look at yourself now, and tell me, are you a clone? But it makes sense to everybody else who's going to say, what? Gucci Man is a fucking clone. And then you ask them, how do you know? They say, he looks different. Okay, how else do you know? He looks different. Okay, where was he cloned? I don't know. Okay, name the cloning facility. I don't know. But you know what else? They ain't gonna say I don't know. They gonna say, so you think? No, I want you to answer my question. Me first. Well, you answer it first, and then let's trade. Let's do it like, where's the cloning facility? What is it? They put it in the movie. The cloning facility is in Chicago. Okay, name it. And then you get them to do all this other stuff that they're not going to be able to do. And then you ask them the question, family, were you there? No. So how do you know? Do you know Gucci? No. And another thing that'd be funny is like, do you not hear the niggas speaking? Do you not hear the niggas speaking? Do you not hear the same Atlanta lingo coming out that man's mouth? You cannot clone that shit. They still trying to figure out Atlanta lingo. Atlanta lingo is the only lingo that'll take the feds for their fucking money. Because the Atlanta lingo will let you be able to talk to a nigga without saying no words, only sounds. Only sounds. They still trying to figure that shit out. Fuck this nigga just say? He said, hey, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm finna take her ass up through there. No, he didn't. Say it again. Play it again. And niggas think I'm like y'all think I'm playing. Nigga, this shit is unintelligible. But you can't say that to no Atlanta nigga. We know everything niggas is saying. You walk up, you think you think really something wrong with us. Cause ain't nobody saying words. The niggas having conversations that don't even make sense. You chilling at the gas station, niggas saying, shit, what we on, twin? Shit, I'm on, what you on? Shit, you know I'm on. Wait. All right, translate. We finna rob this nigga over here sitting in his Prius. What? So you over here, you don't know the feds is they that's what give them a hard time. Y'all think they just don't want to crack these codes and solve crime. They don't matter about tapping these phones. Niggas is mumbling. Niggas ain't even saying words, and we understand every word. We understand everything we say. You understand? You can't clone that shit. That nigga, that's Gucci. That is Gucci. I guess y'all just miss Fat Gucci. But that is Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas can do a whole transformation. Okay, Kodak Black. That's Kodak. That's the same Kodak from last time. Like, do nobody supposed to... So you asked the question, the golden question. Why the fuck would they want to clone Gucci? Why the fuck would they want to clone Gucci when they can just clone Gucci? Meaning, why do they need Gucci to be there when you could just make another Gucci? Just sign a nigga that could be another Gucci. Why the fuck would they want to just... Do you get what I'm explaining to y'all? So this is what we will focus on, right? So we missed the whole fucking point of the NPC. We missed the whole fucking point of the movie. Nobody can break it down, and that's my thing. That's why I'm teaching y'all to be able to do it for yourself, bro. These folks don't know what's going on. What is the movie about? Clone it? Say it ain't so. They clone Tyrone is about cloning? Bro, break it down for us. Somebody do it. Explain what's happening in this movie. Explain the innuendos. Explain the Babylon to Mount Zion. Explain the music. Explain the weaponry. Explain the positioning of the cameras for certain angles. Explain why do they do these things? What is really being spoken of and how are they mocking people? They mocking people because they know y'all don't know the first, second, or last thing there is to know about cloning. They know you don't know what that actually is. You know what I'm saying? This ain't TV. So when people are asking, a lot of people ask me, you gonna break down? We will come down. I know you probably think this is the breakdown too. You know it's not, right? We will come and break down they clone Tyrone if that's what y'all need. But I'm telling you to watch the whole scene. See if somebody gonna explain this shit. Who done broke this shit down? Has anybody broken it down to say anything beyond just the cloning shit? Has anybody went into the names of the characters? Why is it Fontaine? Why is his name? Simple shit. Why is his name Fontaine? What does Fontaine mean? Anybody know? What is the word that it brings you back around to? Fountain? Well, what is the fountain? And what is the water they're in? You know? But you don't remember the man said it's in the water. It's in the water. It's in the water. What'd he say? No. He said, I know, fraud. But he said it's in the water. What does that mean? Okay, but Fontaine is the name of the person. But he's very important to these people for some reason. Why is Fontaine so important to these people? Because Fontaine is one of the pillars that can be utilized to continue to push the poison out into the communities, to poison the water. He's a drug dealer. They even explain that in the movie, that he's expensive. People, I ain't seen nobody break it down. I saw nobody explain Babylon and Mount Zion. I saw nobody explain the significance of Fontaine's name. That ain't no breakdown to be talking about his cloning. That ain't no breakdown to be talking about his hurts. That ain't no breakdown to be talking about the shit that you can just look at the movie and see. If you need somebody to break down some shit that you can just look at and see, you break it down. Just break it down then. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what I'm telling you. Ain't no real breakdowns of it. So the bottom line is, what is happening now? Give an example of cloning that's happening right now. What's an example of cloning that's taking place in this reality, in this world? What's an example of cloning? What's an example of what was taking place in this movie that's functioning right now in this reality? What's an example of it? It's easy. Everything that people are doing is being cloned. It's coming from someone. It's being branched off. So where you get your mannerisms? Where you get... Listen, watch this. Peace reflection. Where you get that from? Who gave you that? Watch this. Nine ether. Where you get that from? Who gave you that? Watch this. God is within. Where you get that from? Who gave you that? Did they develop it for you? Or did you just take their word for it? You feel me? Everything. Chakras. What does it mean? What is a chakra? What is it for? You understand? And if I say the will, let me show you something. I'm going to show you something I got in my pictures real quick, if I find it real quick. Right? If I say a chakra, right? But if I were to pull this up, because everybody speak on the chakras, but if I were to pull this up, would anybody know what that is? Okay, who is the person responsible for this image? You understand? And why is it there? What does it mean? Well, this is a chakra. This is what you mean when you say it's a will. But that would be Buddha. Who would teach you that? Okay, does anybody know what Buddha mean? Now, I'm not saying nobody does. I'm saying when you speak on these things, are you only repeating or regurgitating what somebody said to you? Or have you yourself broken down these things? Have you broken these things down? You understand? That's what separates you from the NPCs. Your ability to navigate the realm on your own, consciously, which is you become a Buddha at that point, which means awakened. Are you with me? You become awakened. So, well then, you have to ask yourself, what is it about for you? It is about your aesthetic? Is it about the things that appear to be pleasurable and beautiful and all these other things? Or is it about your aesthetic? Your ability to become a grandmaster? Your ability to become a teacher and move the elements around. You become a full metal alchemist at that point. Most people are focused on the aesthetic, what it looks like. They're not doing the work to become the aesthetics. Now, if I say aesthetic to us motherfucker, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What do you mean aesthetic? You talking about how my Instagram look? No, aesthetic. A teacher, a master teacher. Somebody who's done the groundwork. Do you want to do it? So most people are focused on exactly what Buddha said people would be focused on. You understand? So does it mean that just because, listen, we learn English and all these other things, it doesn't mean just because you're using words that you're a clone. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's easier than people think to control the masses. It's way easier than people are aware of to control people. How you spell ascetic? A-S-C-E-T-I-C. If that's what you're asking about. It's way easier. You feel what I'm saying? So the bottom line, I just spelled it for you. The bottom line is, if people want to wake up and take back their own mind First of all, you have to realize, what have I been doing that? Okay, prime example. You be around some people long enough, you start saying the things they say. If you're impressionable. If you're easily impressed upon, you start picking up on how they think and how they do things. You understand? Okay, so if you can notice that, let's say you don't like how they do things. You don't want to continue to be. That ability to do that, all of you have. All of you have the ability to switch it around and say, you know what? This ain't me. How many people have had that before in their mind to say, yo, this ain't even me? You understand? And you have to switch it around. Okay, well then that ability is what you have to hone into to make sure that you're not prone to being cloned or pushed off into a realm of oblivion or being oblivious to what's going on. You understand? So Erykah Badu. I told you that already. I said Erykah Badu. I just made the song What's Going On. It's on the Blood of the Lamb album. Are you reading it? The Blood of the Lamb album was called What's Going On, where I spoke on Erykah Badu. Is it hotter in the winter? Is it colder in the summertime? The defense calls Erykah Badu to the stand. Wonder if they ready to face it like a Gemini. I'm screaming rest in peace to Pop. Now let's try this again. You know what I'm saying? Now a lot of people, listen, you have to really learn how to, some of y'all are doing it and I'm proud of you. Learn how to see shit beyond the fucking curtain. Dorothy. You understand? When I say I'm screaming rest in peace to Pop, now let's try this again. Why would I say that? Well, that's to say what was happening as Pac, as you know it, is happening again as Faise. So rest in peace to that which you know to be Pac. Let's try this again. You understand? It's so many messages that could be hidden. Okay, if I'm doing that, then that's happening all around you because I'm elite. And there are elite beings who move this around. They pick up a movie, sit it there, say, let's see what they do with this. Let's mock them. Let's have fun with this and see what they can do. I can show you the in-betweens and tell you what they really saying. You understand? And this is what's being said all the time. So what I would tell you to do is you start playing with your realm and start paying attention to what are people's responses. You get what I'm saying? You walk in, you say something, see how people respond to it. I used to do this. I told people I used to do this when I was on the subway, riding the trains. I'd walk in and just scream. I say, excuse me! And then I just sit down. And then I watch everybody's responses. And they looking at me, I'm looking at them. I'm watching you because, as far as I'm concerned, you don't even exist. And if you think I'm just saying it, I have a song on my SoundCloud, Faise One The Done. Faise One The Done. You find a song called Don't Mind Me. And the lyrics say, don't mind me, I'm just busy not being human, I'm free. This is my philosophy, none of you exist, that's no probably, I'm elite. You are little times discreet, they blew the whistle, you just missed the bus. I'm sorry, you were not one of my listeners, but all these days I had to fight. I finally got my patch of light, I am brighter, this is my life. Thank you for your time, cut the line. But the line to pay attention to is none of you exist. That's no probably. So as far as I'm concerned, you don't even exist. Prove me otherwise. Because if you don't exist, you're nothing but an element that could be picked up and moved around. So excuse me, and let me watch, and let me see. And then for the motherfucker that can speak and say something beyond it, say something beyond it. But everybody else, you know what most people do? Let me tell you the algorithm. Most people will act like they ain't hear it, which is weird because you heard it. That's fucking weird. And weird shit come from NPCs. You think we're weird because we can control our own fucking character. But the weird shit is, I know you just heard me scream, excuse me. And you just staring straight. Oh, don't look. You know, that's weird because you have been stimulated by some type of way. Even if, I'm not saying you got to turn and just look in this, I'm saying for you to act like you don't hear it. And I'm standing right here next to you. You feel what I'm saying? And you think it's safer for you to act like I don't exist because you don't want to step out of your comfort zone. You weren't programmed to step out of your comfort zone. Well, who gonna ask him? So everybody's wondering, is anybody gonna ask? What if I do it 3 times in a row? Huh? What happens if I say 3 times in a row? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ain't nobody gonna be like, all right, what? Damn. Niggas just act like most people act like they can't hear it, but then you have sometimes you have to understand also how certain NPCs can be mobilized. So I went to high school with a lot of people who were from the hood because I was in Carver High School. So I used to fuck around with people all the time because one thing you can't do is outwit me. One thing you could talk about me. I had somebody talking about my clothes one time, my shoes. It was this female. Hanging friends with her. We were all in class. Everybody sitting there. They joning and shit like that. But it was one thing to joan, but some people actually try to bully you because you don't be entertaining they shit. So I'm focused. I'm doing my shit. She just talking. And then she say such and such. So yeah, you got your. So technically, these were even said some shit like that. No, you right. It's not. But it's not hand me downs. I just want to make sure you know what you're saying. The person was standing across from me, so they handed me the shoes across from me. They wasn't standing up on no balcony or nothing like that. But you right. You know, I didn't buy them or nothing like that. So I will fuck them up because first of all, this nigga ain't even swayed by what you saying, and then he gonna wrap you around with these thoughts, and then you gonna remember him for the rest of your life for that one moment. You feel me? That's how I deal with this round. People are like that. I just deal with people exactly that way. I'll wrap you up real quick. You don't even know what happened. You feel me? Okay, so then that's most people you gonna deal with is like that. Some people are mobilized against you. You understand? Okay, like the lockdown from the Matrix Resurrection movie, okay, where they was able to press a button and send people after Neo. Okay? Sometimes people will be mobilized against you. Sometimes things have been put out into the realm already that people bite, and it becomes a part of their diet, that because it's a part of their diet, when you come around, that which they ate or took a bite of, that became a part of their diet, turns them into your opposition. And you don't even know what the fuck they hate you for. But they already bit what they were supposed to bite, so that when you showed up, they would be programmed to attack you. Simple. They're already programmed to attack you. They don't even know why. They have no idea who you are, none of that. I went into a room one time on Clubhouse, people were talking, and they was like, I came in, I was speaking, I asked a question, and they said, before we answer your question, right, do you believe that Jesus is the only way to get to heaven? I said, well, this is going to be tough. They said, no, we just want a direct answer. I said, I know you want a direct answer, but Elijah kind of left on a whirlwind, and if you just turn to no, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that, and they kicked me from the. I really, it's a few times it happened like that. Look, let's deal with it. Okay, no, Jesus is not the only way to get to heaven. Not even in the story. A lot of people did not even ask this nigga if it was cool to walk across them clouds. They did it them damn selves. Enoch, Elijah, people walked clean off the planet, alive and well. So no. You might need help. Maybe we can talk about this. Maybe you need help. Maybe you ain't plugged in for real. Maybe you a nobody. Maybe NPCs do need to be vouched for. You understand to a certain degree that you can say you can evolve eventually to be able to transcend or ascend. Other than that, bro, we don't have to ask no motherfucking body. Only the ones who have to. Okay, so how do you know I'm not Elijah? You're not Elijah. Good point. How do you know? Since you had a good point, okay, how do you know? Give me the answer. How do you know I'm not Elijah? Let me ask another question. How do you know I'm not Jesus? Well, how do you know? Just answer the question. How do you know? Let me know. Did God tell you I wasn't Jesus? Did anybody come to you and say, that nigga ain't Jesus? How do you know? Well, we're going to test the spirit with the spirit. Okay, test me. Ask me something. You don't even know what questions to ask. So, exactly. You're playing your role. So I deal with people accordingly. If you step out, just because you step out don't mean you're not an NPC. You feel what I'm saying? Them NPCs can step out too. When you were playing the video game, Crash Bandicoot, wherever you were playing, remember they had the minions? They ain't really worth. Now you can't, the minions, you can just fuck them up. But then you had the big bosses. And those big bosses were still non-playable characters. You understand? So as long as you're not functioning as some NPC or wanderer, you can handle them bosses. You can handle them beings. You know what I'm saying? See, I do know. Listen, you don't though. You really don't. And that's an NPC answer. You don't know. You have no idea who I am. Only thing you think you know is what I've told you. What if this is a recording right now? What if I'm in the house chilling? You know what I'm saying? Listen, you don't know. What if this ain't even phase one? What if this is the person that's giving an impression of phase one? Is it really that hard? Have you never heard somebody give an impression? What if I'm not really who you think I am right now? You feel what I'm saying? You just don't know. But it's NPC behavior to respond to beliefs as if you know. That's weird. That's weird shit. You feel what I'm saying? I believe this nigga is in the house. Okay. Is he in the house? I believe so. Is he in the house? Look, man, I believe. Okay, do me a favor. Walk over to the fucking door, open it, and see if the nigga's in the house. Do that one. Well, no, here you're playing semantics. Listen, family, all you have to do, I know this ain't your program. Walk over to the door. Okay. Open it and see if he in there. If that's semantics to you, you're an NPC. And you're supposed to want to protect your code and your programming. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is coming back. Okay. When? Well, we don't know. Good point. That's in your scripture. All right, what will he be in? How will he get back? What do you mean how he's going to get back? How is he going to get back to earth? You said he's coming back. Yes. How is he getting back? What are you talking about? Okay, in your scripture you say he's coming with clouds. What is that? So are there clouds out of space? No. Okay, so then where he at? He's in heaven. Okay, that's outer space. Right. Okay, so he coming with clouds. Right. Clouds ain't in outer space. Right. Okay, so how the fuck is he getting here? If he's coming back, how's he getting here? They want to say everything but a vehicle. So he flying? He just navigating through the fucking outer space? Where is he at? You understand? They don't want to deal with it. Okay, so you believe in it, right? Okay, you believe in it. Okay, watch this. I don't believe in Jesus. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you looking like that, holding your heart? You don't believe in Jesus? Family, you don't even know what the fuck it is. You don't even know what it is. So why would I believe in some shit you can't even tell me what the fuck it is? You feel what I'm saying? This used to fuck them up when I was in school. You don't believe in God? This turned the whole school against me in 7th grade. Except one person, literally. Everybody in my grade turned against me when they found it. Everything was cool. As soon as I get there, I can rap. I'm a superstar. Everything's fire. Then they started talking about religion. What do you think? What do you mean? What do you think about God? This is tough. I don't believe in God. Oh my God. They thought I meant that I was a Satanist. I said, but don't you understand that the devil is in the Bible? Satan is in the Bible. It's one of the characters of the same story we're talking about. I don't believe in him either. How you don't believe it? Listen, if I ask you where is God, you can't tell me an answer. If I ask you what is God, you can't tell me an answer. If I ask you where's the devil, you can't tell me an answer. Now, some people will try. Where's God? In heaven. Okay, here we go. Where's heaven? It's up there. Up there where? Up there, nigga. Up there, where? There ain't a location. If I say, all right, we finna meet up at the spot. Where the spot at? There. There where? Nigga, there. What are you talking about? Well, you must be some type of devil worshiper. Nigga, there. It's there. Why you blaspheming? No, nigga, give me a location. Tell me where it's at. You don't know. So let me ask you a question. How you know he there? Who told you he was there and you don't even know where he at? Somebody said Christ finds you. But if I ask, how does Christ find me? How does Christ find me? God is everywhere. So God is in hell. And God is in the hearts of the Satanists who slaughter children and drink their blood. He's everywhere. You got to be specific when you're dealing with somebody who's not an NPC. Everywhere where? How could God be everywhere? Think about this. How could God be everywhere? How can God even be? To be something is an action. So for God to do anything, you have to have some type of specific time period that you could place him in. You understand? How could God be everywhere? You have to let me know this, but you couldn't let me know. So is God in the hearts of all men? So then he's in the hearts of the Satanists who kill children. He's in the hearts of the rapists and the murderers. God is a rapist. God is a murderer. God is an adulterer. All of a sudden, God ain't all things anymore. All of a sudden, God ain't everywhere. Okay, so change your answer. That's an NPC answer. It's easy. It's predictable. You understand? NPC stand for not probably a challenge or some shit. You got to know, listen, you train yourself this way, you'll be able to see, wait a minute, what have I been doing my whole life? I've been telling niggas bless you and they heart. Supposedly they heart has stopped already. You feel me? No, and it's not to, listen, if you know me, you should know me. If you don't, it's not to try to attack you if you got any type of religion. I'm just telling you, they been cloned Tyrone. And they didn't just clone Tyrone, they cloned every motherfucking body. I'm in a world full of clones. If you think I'm lying, I got a song called Sims. I ain't just write it. It's an old song. It's on my album, Homeless, I think it is. Right? The Sims album is literally saying, I see thunder, I hear lightning, I can smell the rain, feel the devil pain cross my light, I hope it dim, or they hope it dim. Everywhere I look, I'm seeing Sims, mama, please don't leave me here with them. You understand? Bro, everybody looks like a fucking clone to me. Everybody seems like they're attached to the simulation because you can't wake up these people. They just want this world. You feel what I'm saying? So, if I ask these people these questions and you only respond defensively, family, you are operating within a mental constraint. You are enslaved. Exactly. I say, please don't leave me here with them. Literally, don't leave me here with them. Shit, if it's time to go, let us go. Listen, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. This is it. This is the stupidest shit. We have to build something new. That's the only way. We have to build something new. That's how we have to do this. Something new has to be built. This world makes no sense. I point out everything. You have an Amber Alert. Why? Why? That's like the government asking you for money. But you know what? The government asks you for money. They call it taxes. Why? They make the shit. They asking you for some shit they make. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand. I'm not supposed to understand. It don't make sense to me. And it's not supposed to make sense to somebody with sense. You feel what I'm saying? So, government asks you for money. And you give it to them. That's another thing. You give them the shit. Not to mention that the money don't even fucking exist. There is no money. I can go further. None of this makes sense to me. You want to know what else don't make sense? This phone don't make sense. If I were an ascended master that was interdimensionally traveling and I would walk past this vehicle and see Faise One laid out talking to this brick-looking object, I would think something was wrong with him. Because maybe I can observe Faise in a different light. I can see him. I see his light. I see him a green light being. But why is he just sitting here talking to himself? You know what I'm saying? Who are you talking to? Oh, I'm talking to this phone. There's nobody here. Listen, I know that's going to go over everybody's head. But take all these pixels out. Take what you think you're doing, which is the commenting, which is just a reflection of how the signals are operating with these radio waves and these satellites and all this other stuff. Take all that away. Family, we be talking to blocks. If you are an ascended master walking through this realm, that shit makes no sense. You understand? But to a motherfucker who here, just wally-dolly-dollying, that makes sense to you. It don't make sense to me. So Amber Alert. They say, oops, somebody's lost. And I respond, why the fuck you telling me? Ain't you the motherfucker that built the fucking playing field? You know where everybody is, always. If you think people can get lost in 2023, you're lost. But Amber Alert makes sense to people. And you know what's crazy? It makes sense to people, and people still don't give a fuck. It makes sense to you. It don't make sense to me. It makes sense to you, and you still don't give a fuck. People still will send Amber Alert to voicemail. And it makes sense to them. I'm like, bro, I know the motherfuckers ain't trying to find nobody. That's how you know your government involved. You know that. Because they don't have to send no Amber Alert to nobody, y'all. One day you'll wake up and realize that. They got cameras tracking drug. You ever seen the video where they show you the algorithm? The algorithm of drug sales in hoods. They can track trappers and their activity. They know it's hot sellers and hot buyers. They know all of this shit in your communities. Cameras on every corner. They see everything. Okay. Not only do they not know when a child is getting snatched, they also have no idea how to find a vehicle that has been described. They can find you in a vehicle ain't nobody described. If they really want you, all they got to do is turn on them thermal readers and they will find you in the sewer. I know y'all don't know about it. One day. They will find it. How they find Saddam Hussein? They Googled him. This nigga was under layers of shit that's supposed to ward off all that shit. Nope, they still found him. Nah, y'all, it's unfortunate, but children ain't going missing. Children are not going missing. They can't crack down on children trafficking or they can't crack down on that. It'll shut down most of their business. They can't crack down on that shit. You understand? So you start waking up and like, no, bro, none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. Not nothing. Not anything. Listen, I could live in a mansion today. Everybody's around. I can go homeless tomorrow. People say he fell off. You want to know what really happened? I walked from the inside of a mansion outside. That's what really happened. I was inside a mansion. Oh, shit. He's standing up under a roof between some walls. This nigga's the shit. I moved my body outside. I'm homeless. Oh, shit. He fell off. Get your shit together. Bro, y'all are stupid. This shit is dumb here. This shit is dumb. So that's what NPCs is. And for the people who are bright enough to see past it, what I told you is they know you have the corona. They know you have the light. And your light can actually affect people. And you strong enough, you'll flip a motherfucking NPC to a damn, you know what I'm saying, governed player. You know, or somebody that's online. And that's why anybody who steps out to, like, upset the algorithm, they become the enemy. And as long as I can convince you that this motherfucker's the enemy, if you're an NPC, all right, you'll attack him. It's simple science. So, the They Clone Tyrone movie, we will come and do a breakdown on it after all this hype boil down on it. Because I'm just watching and paying attention. We're going to come down and do the breakdown on it. Same thing I did for the submarine and all of that. We can break down it. But it's like, if you've been walking with me, look at it. Just go watch it. Ask yourself, what would Faise see? What would this nigga Faise pay attention to? Just watch it. And you'll say, wait, Mount Zion. Oh shit, the same shit Faise been alluding to and speaking about and teaching about. So you got to get out of Babylon. All right, so what is the movie about? What is the movie about? It's a biblical movie. It's scriptural. Getting out of Babylon. That's what the movie is about. Finding your way out of Babylon, a place that is full of confusion. You understand? The movie that we're speaking about is called They Clone Tyrone. You know? So yeah. All right, y'all, we finna wrap it up. Just real quick to catch y'all up. I appreciate everybody who sent funds in for the Source music video. I'm in the process of getting the treatment completed. We will be shooting that video soon, within the next few days. And yeah, I'll release the music video, and we keep moving. We keep bumping. We keep jumping. Hey, look, I like being lost. This shit feel good. I love being lost. If that's what I am, I love it. Shit. I don't want to be found if that's what you are. Leave me out in the Kool-Aid. I'm cool on whatever that found shit is you on. You know, but we got a lot coming, y'all. Source is up to, if last time I checked, 223,000 YouTube views. Is doing very well. I just got to find out more ways to continue to push it and promote it. And like I told y'all, we could use the budgeting for that also. So I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. When we come back, we can start off with the Q&A or whatever, or we plan to do the They Clone Tyrone, however we do it. But y'all know how this go. We go with the flow. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.